Welcome back. Now let's discuss the answers to the integer exercises. Let's take the first one. The first exercise is that we are given the scores of 3 players in a match. Player 1 scored, let's say, 75, player 2 scored 80, player 3 scored 60. We need to write a program that prints the total score of 3 players and the average score of 3 players. Here we can take 3 variables, let's say player 1, player 2, player 3, and assign these values 75, 80 and 60. For calculating the total score of 3 players, what we can do is we can take another variable, let's say total, and just sum up the value of these 3 players, player 1 plus player 2 plus player 3, and assign the result back to the total. And after that we can print the total score. For this we are saying in double quotes total score equal to a string and then comma total. So just to make this output informative, we are using this kind of print statement where we are adding this particular string as well. And then for calculating the average, what we need to do is just divide the total score by 3 because the total number of players are 3. So average is equal to total divided by 3, and after that we can print the average score as well. Right? So let's try to run this program. And we see that the total score is coming out as 215 because 75 plus 80 plus 60 is 215. And the average score is 71.66, that is 215 divided by 3 is 71.66. Right, so that is how we calculate the total score and average score of 3 players. So this is about the functionality of the program. However, before we move on to the next chapter, there are a few important points here which we need to note down. The first is, as you see here, I have used the spaces on either side of the operator in every statement, be it comma operator, be it plus operator, be it assignment operator, be it division operator. I have always used a space on either side of the operator. This space actually enhances the readability of the program. So readability aspect is also very important and we need to take care of that. Second is, I have not used any cryptic variable name like x, y, z or u, v as we have discussed in the examples. Rather, when we are solving the actual problem, in that case we need to use some meaningful variable names. In this case I have used the variable names as player 1, player 2, player 3, which are clearly in accordance to the given requirement statement. We were given the score of 3 players, that is why I have taken the variable names like player 1, player 2 and player 3. For calculating the total also, this particular variable name is making sense because it is containing the sum of the all 3 players scores. For calculating the average, the variable name was also chosen accordingly. So whenever you are selecting your variable name, just keep attention that it is meaningful, it is representing the part of the solution appropriately. And third thing is, if you want to comment out any piece of the program, you can just say control plus /. Right? So let's say if I want to comment out this particular piece, then I just need to select it and then say control / and it will comment out the selected lines. If I want to remove the comments from these lines, again I need to press control plus / and all the comments part of these particular statements will be removed and they will become the normal statements. And finally, there is one more important point that if you notice, I have used some blank lines here. One blank line is here and one blank line is here as well. It is to segregate 3 different parts of the program, because here if you see, the first part is to get the input scores of 3 players, and in the second part we are calculating the total and printing them, and in the third part we are calculating the average and printing them. So clearly there were 3 parts of the program. So just by adding these 2 blank lines, we have separated these 3 parts. As we write something in English, then we do not keep on writing everything in one paragraph, right? One set of related information we put in one para, and after that we start second para and then so on. Similarly, when you are writing the program, you need to be very clear where you are getting a logical break in your solution, and accordingly you can put some blank lines. This also enhances the readability of your program. I am stressing upon on these points right in the beginning of this particular course. It is due to the reason that often we focus only on the solution part of the given problem. We neglect the readability part of our solution. Whereas if you are writing some industry standard program where it has to be maintainable for a long time, it is very important that your solution is very much readable as well. So always keep focus on the readability part. Give the importance to the readability as much as you are giving the importance to the functionality or logic of your solution. So with this, thank you for your time in this chapter. See you in the next one. Thank you.